Feliz Navidad.
I want to talk to y'all.
Feliz
Christmas
Navidad.
episode. Yo, not for nothing. Man, shit is getting ridiculous. Things getting ridiculous. Yo, is this what we call life now? Episode 80. The big one. It's called Blunt Abandoner. Okay? Segment 1 has to do with all of the Joes in my life. I don't even think it's some of this Joe. It's a couple Joe. It's the first one I give a fuck about. I really don't care about none of these. But they're the topic at hand. Joe Buttons got kicked out of his goddamn studio. Hilarity. That nice ass view and all that. This nigga thought he was Super Joe Rogan. He thought he was Super Saiyan Rogan. He thought he was, he bullshit. Listen, the Republicans in office, brother. White folks in office, bro. You gotta watch your ass. Listen, they always know. It's just the controlling ones that are in office now. So, Buttons getting kicked out of the studio is not superficially important. It's deeply concerning. And I heard some bullshit rumor about him sleepwalking naked in the same building. No, that nigga was fucking in there. You know that place had bedrooms? That's the nigga freaknik spot. You know his girl? Most likely not talking about that. It's got nothing to do with that shit. So let's say he was in there asleep and decided to sleep and then walk around. And this is the building where he records. So, okay, this is a condo, but it's not a studio. So what the fuck you doing recording in there without permission? Be real. If that kind of money can't function as a fucking company without being a licensed, business. I'm sure the building owners just found out. And when they found out that he's operating a multi-million-dollar business out of his condo, and they're getting zero for it except for the rent, come on, bro. They'd be fucking stupid not to want to renegotiate his rent. And I'm sure his whatever the fuck, whatever, about a couple $100,000 that he's paying a year. You get what I'm saying? Or whatever. I'm sure he didn't own it. But this is not that stupid. To buy it, to own it, and then he gets in trouble. Because then he had probably more liability. So, he was renting. Which is why he got kicked out. Because they didn't own it. So it doesn't matter what he was doing. But 9 times out of 10, I'm going to say Joe Buttons got kicked out of his fucking studio apartment for trying to run, as he put it, a multi-million-dollar company, quote unquote, his podcast network. Something he dreamed up. Something that started just like what I'm doing. Recording. Right? Then you got your boy, Joe Biden. He's supposedly incapable of behaving, I don't know. I guess he's not able to perform his duties, but he just 2 weeks ago gave fucking Ukraine the ability to use supersonic missiles on Russia. Why the fuck didn't somebody stop him before that happens? Now all of a sudden he can't perform duties, but they don't want to, fake inaugurate Kamala because she could do some executive order shit to wipe shit crazy. All kind of stuff just happened. She could go in there. And with the executive power, she can make her own fucking laws. That's what the fuck they scared of. So they're not really telling the public that it's an emergency or it's crazy or it's this or that, or that they need to hurry up and put somebody in power because Trump's already president-elect. But the difference between the truth and their actual lies about the situation is that if they were doing it by the book and it was a white woman, they were already sworn her in and let her be the acting president until January. You're going to tell me we're going to go into Christmas with no fucking president? We only got a president-elect and that's it? And then a president that can't perform his duties? That's not a thing. It's always been when the president cannot. This is what the vice president is there for. So clearly there's some bullshit going on there. I'm not even going to go crazy on that topic. Because they like shadow banning, which is segment 3. We're not even going to talk about that just yet. But yeah. And then Fat Joe talking crazy. Okay, let me explain something. Because everybody dislikes when Puerto Ricans criticize Fat Joe. Everybody I know that likes Fat Joe has told me. From he got puns masters and that's fucked up. And that he didn't have to give shit to fucking his son. And all kind of blasphemies I've heard to defend Joe. That he could say nigga, that he could this, he could that. That black people accept him, that he's Latin king. So that means that He's respected, he's this, he's that, and all these other different things. I'm not even going to go into the gang culture or none of the shit that I've heard about any of that stuff. Or anything that I may have or may have not allegedly found out about his behaviors. All I know is if you talk about his authenticity and genuineness, right, generosity, and all kind of forms of anything pertaining to black culture, his mannerisms to his behavior to his dialect. Everybody saw Joe get on stage as Flo Joe and get embraced as a really white passing Spanish guy. Okay? From what I saw and from what I still see, a lot of people don't embrace Joe as a black person. Joe is not black. Joe looks like he has a lot of European ancestry in him, to the point where it looks like he started dyeing once again his beard and stuff like that a little darker and let the whites come in so that way he doesn't show his natural red hair. Because I've seen Fat Joe grow a mustache and she's orange. So we're talking about a ginger, right? For all intents and purposes, he's very pale, right? Now, gingers in every race is always unique because every race has one. We even have some tribe in Africa that looks very Asian, but they're black and have darker skin, most of them, some tan, and their hair is blonde and some are red. And, by some of their paleness and some of their features, you can see some of them being kind of ginger, right? Where some of these people have freckles and they just have the features of black people or people with the diaspora, and they will be, on some purposes, ginger, or the other alternative in my eyes, like albino, right? So we're not going to go there. We're not even going to talk about that science. We just going to really talk about the truth, which is Fat Joe never identified as black. It still doesn't. And when he talks about it, it's out of a sense of arrogance. It is out of a sense of entitlement. You feel me? None of us are entitled to being black. I have for all my life felt black. For all my life I've been black as far as what kind of treatment I think I get. Kind of treatment I think is based off of the assumption. And even people in my family that know my genetic makeup still have treated me like the black child. So I understand what it is to be perceived to be black, right? I can never say I know or embody the experience. That would be a lie. See? That's me saying what the term tether means. It applies to me not because I'm like old Tom, like I'm willing to get downgraded, right? But because I know I'm not black. I'm not historically black American. You can't do that. You can't take the culture from them. Okay? They're the ones who have lineage and paper and genealogy done and find out that their blood is more tied to this land, right, in Africa than Puerto Rico, Haiti, right, Panama, right, all these places with African ancestry and a genealogy, right? They don't have the genetic makeup, and this is a fact, that the specific group that is known to derive from the slave trade, right, in America. All of the genealogies I just expressed are expressed in that genealogy, right? You have to understand, DNA is different, right? Multiple people can carry DNA because of their past, the people in their life, their parents, grandparents. So you have to understand, these people are related to being black. I am related to being black. Black is in my blood, right? As far as that part of it is concerned, right? But when they say foundational black Americans, they're not speaking about anything else but their culture within that country, and that country is America. They do not identify as anything but that. They do not care about every factor in their DNA. They know that their makeup may be from scattered different continents because of the trade, and nobody cares. Because they don't have to look, because they already have proof where they come from. They know where they come from. They come from a specific slave trade in a specific country with a specific people with a specific genetic makeup. Like, this shit is not rocket science, bro. Two cousins have different genetic makeup to a certain degree. Not as far down, but enough to be able to say they're not from their immediate family. So they are from each other's immediate family. You can't walk around and say, because, for instance, this is an interesting point I can bring up. I used to always hear people get called macho and all these different alternatives to what like a favorite boy, a favorite son would be called in Spanish culture, right? You got Macho, you got Papi, and you got Junior, right? All Spanish boys know what I'm talking about. Those are normally the favorite, the oldest, the first, right? Never got called none of that. I always wonder why Panamanians didn't use certain dialects, certain words that other people did to describe that. While my father's name, even though he's one of the oldest, it's like a little weird, right? Coyica. I never heard no other kind of Spanish people have a name like Coyica, right? So that's a different dialect, different people. So that's where my genealogy resides, right? So it doesn't reside over here. And they'll be able to prove it in my genes. They'll be able to prove that. So there's no conversation when they say, I'm a financial American, you're not. There's no conversation there. There's no conversation there. There's no there being a hate group. There's no conversation there, my friend. You come to Panama, you feel me? It's like, for instance, if in their house they get called Macho, right? Now, this is Fat Joe. Fat Joe's house, his mama called him Macho every day. Now, you may be his cousin, you live down the block. Do you think that you can tell other people your name is Macho? I got a cousin named Joey. I told a couple people in Jersey City my name was Joey. I want to get called Joe. It was a little, like they say in Spanish, época. It's a segment of my life. You know what I'm saying? An epic of my life. Where I didn't want to be called Joel, so I said Joey. Right? This topic is a little more expensive. Why? Because Fat Joey, he's Puerto Rican, and I have Puerto Rican in my blood. I don't like when people who are not, we don't want to be called Tether, that's fine, don't be called Tether. But you are not black in that sense. Like, you can't walk up to the mirror and say, yo, I'm black, and then go eat yaro con gandules and your shit, and not have a second thought about it, and not say, somebody else not going to be doing this, and they call themselves black. And they're more right, and I'm more wrong. You can't say that to yourself. You can't act like you don't know that there's a difference. There's a difference because even when you talk about it and you talk about your life, you know that what you're thinking about is black is your blood. And what they're thinking about is black is the culture. And there, right there, there's a separation naturally in the conversation. So you can't say when they fly the American flag and say, this is my culture, this is who I am. And you fly your Puerto Rican, you're Dominican, you're Haitian, you're whatever flag and say, well, I'm like them. Because really, you're not. You like that. You like the people who you have to represent. You have to represent them because that's where you come from. You can't just all of a sudden be someone else. You understand what I'm saying? You're not Macho. You're not Joey. That's what my cousin told me. My cousin was closer to me in age. He came out here. He heard someone call me Joey. He tells me, bro, why is people calling you Joey out here? Like, what? We call you Jersey out in Brooklyn. They calling you Joey out here, and my big brother's name is Joey. He's like, why the fuck is they calling you Joey, nigga? Your name is Joel. So I go, I don't need anybody knowing my government, nigga. Like, it's not my name out here. My name is Joey, nigga. Or L's or something, right? So I'm looking at the blunt, making a joke. It's stuck, though. I say, yeah, that's funny, right? So it stuck with me. But the cousin, I hope he's doing better. I heard he was down and out. My cousin Javier. I really thought, everything I love, that he would have never heard nobody call me Joey, but it happened. And when I tell you what his reaction was, it really reminded me of when people try to say like that they're not trying to be something. I wasn't trying to be like my cousin, but my cousin had a cool name. So in essence, I did want to be like him because I wanted the name Joey versus Joel because I didn't want to be attached to my name. So there you go. If he feels like he wants to be a part of it, it's his feelings. Those are his feelings. Those are not facts. You can't say I'm black, I can say the N-word, I can say this, I can do this, I can do that. No, just because certain people allow you to do certain things, right? Certain activities, right? That doesn't allow you to embody someone else's culture. If black Americans, right, that are involved in the arts, right, if they all have a consensus that their artistry came from a certain place, and this is how it was invented, right? It doesn't matter how many of them may decide that it doesn't. If the collective has that as their history and they have their proof, once again, their facts, everything brought to the table, you could be an outside force looking in and say, look, I helped, our country came in, we did this, we did that. It doesn't matter. As a people, you have to respect the people's history, right? That's not theirs, that's your history. You say you had influence, you say you was there at the creation, you helped mold that. That's dope. That's dope. Puerto Ricans was all up into hip-hop. That's not the conversation. The N-word is the conversation, and did you invent it? can't say you invented something when you're the one person in the spot who's you know what I'm saying? Your 20% is you yourself, and then the other collective is one single family line, right? They're all related to each other. And you as a friend, you coming in and you helped with the creation of something that they all created. You think you're gonna be able to say, "Oh, I invented that shit"? No, you didn't invent it. And you're not even a co-creator. You're a helper. See, because them as a collective are the creators. You see the difference because of the mass quantity, right? And what was done, they created it, right? They created it. They created it. It doesn't matter if one of them was Panamanian, one of them was Puerto Rican, one of them was Cuban. If 98% of them were Black Americans, right? Right? And then they considered themselves that, but only 60% of them people were Black Americans. Some of them were Jamaican, some of them were Haitian, and they were all darker, maybe they were all more accepted. Or like Biggie, who wasn't Black American, but has always been accepted as a Black person, right? You still got to respect the art and where it comes from. So it doesn't change nothing. It doesn't change anything because people from other countries, none of that shit has anything to do where the experience comes from. And it don't come from nowhere else but Black America. So that's like going to someone else's country and being a part of something and thinking that it's yours. It's not. It's not yours. You just experiencing it. Like, it doesn't matter. I make rap every day and it's not mine. You can't take ownership of something like that, bro. Our people, our source, that's different. Now, moving on. Segment 1 was a doozy. But really, relationship shit, nobody's not want to talk about this shit. But the shit with Travis Hunter with him deleting his page, his girl deleting her page, and the videos of her grinding on niggas and all the pictures of it, that shit is hilarious to me. That's the only reason why I brought this shit up. Is because, nigga, that shit was funny. Son, like, bro, you keep responding to the internet, thing, I'll make you a meme, son. That's just how it is, bro. You gotta like get it and go, bro. You do your thing, then boom. If Shorty wasn't talking around the cameras, if they wasn't saying shit to each other in front of the cameras, this shit would happen, bro. Them white couples, they whisper before they go out, and then boom. My BM's number one thing she could have seen why we probably broke up is because I was so protective of us. Women are called it controlling, right? What happens is the man want to have complete control in the effort of controlling the moment. Be able to protect you. Because you gotta understand, if the man with the woman and the kid don't act as one arm, right? As a shoulder, elbow, and hand, right? Won't be able to defend the strike. So that's how men think, right? Men don't think in the effort of, oh, you're taking away her identity. In 10 years, she's not gonna know who she is or remember her favorite color. Men don't think about all that shit. That may be the case. What happens is men don't give a fuck about that stuff because we're only thinking about survival. So when we come to fuck and come to eat and sit down and shit, we'll end up loving you, right? But we're gonna always be protective of ourselves in situations. That will always put you at odds with a man. That's why women have always struggled to find their place and their importance with men. Like, even in this saturated time where, women aren't really, what I'm saying, giving a fuck, I guess, or like they're noticing a lot of bullshit and really being open about it. Like, both sides of the fence being fucked up. Like, the men who's stricken want to be on some wild shit. The men who want to be on your shit want to be fucking creepy and cringe and obsessed. It would be too much. I feel the same way. I feel like women are being like that, but that's another story. Definitely was something I want to touch on. This service probably not gonna be that long because I probably don't want to talk about none of this shit that I wrote down. But I guess I'll talk about it this way. Whenever you're in a situation, right? Because this really one more of the story. Whenever you sit in a situation where either the lack of connection is on their part, right, or the lack of connection is on your part, right? What happens is your lack of empathy in the situation is gonna just always repel the person. Whether you try to fuck, whether the person gets along with you, whether the person really likes you, want to have a relationship with you, but you feeling no way about them and not really know how to go with the situation, all them situations are not meant for you. And I'm learning that. Now I'm older, now I get why certain shit is too much for me, even to the point of like just certain types of aggression, certain kind of like angriness or bitterness or yelling. I'm just, I'm so, yeah, bro. I repel shit, bro. Really, that's what it is. I'll repel something, or if it doesn't, get repelled by my energy, I'll verbally, address it to the point to get it away from it, or like move myself away from it. Because I can't, bro. If it's anything I sense and feel, anything I got a nagging feeling about, anything I start seeing proof of, I don't even wait for the other shoe to drop, bro. Because listen, I tried, before, especially like That's a relationship drama. What's the name of the segment, right? Because you might just fuck with shorty, right? And that's one kind of you know what I'm saying, relationship drama, because this you got just fucking around. But then that shit can get serious on certain emotional levels, right? Where then your emotional attachment can fuck up the vibe, right? Then there's another kind that could be, where it's also not a relationship, but it's emotionally taxing, like y'all emotionally connected. You know what I'm saying? Where y'all might not do nothing physical, and it might never look like you get there, but one of y'all really do want it. And then also because of the connection, even though that's the case, which means that when the emotional connection does happen, it's always lopsided, meaning one could always be mad and the other one could always be sexually interested, but whenever the thing switches, the clash happens again. The moment you will forgive the man, now he's back on his shits and not hitting you up or whatever. Same vice versa. Maybe, the female's finally, hit you up, but she's acting funny style. Like all these things happen, you feel me? But what I've learned between that or like a momentary bicker or like shorty's getting violent, like you gotta distance yourself. None of them, like I said, them situations serve you, no matter how good any part of the situation is. They looks, they, and this serves for women as well, because if a person's not treating you right, they're just not treating you right, regardless of what they think they come to the table with and all that, because that's the shit certain people don't understand. I come to that's what I bring to the table. Listen, the table is imaginary, first of all, so that's asking a person what their goals are, what they really could provide, and what they really enjoy. What is the viable things that are resources in your life that you interact with? Because that's all it gets down to informationally is what things I can expect when I'm around your ass, basically. You know what I'm saying? Because if people's not investing in something, they're not dealing with something, they're not gonna be about it. And people will tell you, oh, I go to the opera, oh, I play basketball, oh, I like these kind of movies. And the moment it come up and people dodge it. And you see people lie to get close to you. You know what I'm saying? To manipulate the situation so that way they can, get that happen, or the shorty could have the type of dude she want, or the dude could get to hit the girl that he like, and just lie their way to the drawers, or lie their way to the situation. And that, being on both sides of the fence, I learned that that's one of the easiest ways to fall. It's just by believing whatever a person tells you. You gotta really look at their actions and judge that, because their actions, on top of just not just the words not matching the actions, but the actions that you don't expect, that you notice out of nowhere, like from what they're saying not matching, a big red flag. Not the things that may occur, but those are important. But by happenstance, things that make sense. When some don't, or a certain type of aggression, something, nah, you gotta clock that. But I don't know who need to hear that. You know what I'm saying? But y'all were just smoking a blunt, and I don't want to abandon y'all on that, type of level of emotional understanding, because I know I got, a little couple, tough edges for you know what I'm saying? But my whole point is that we gotta be all emotionally enlightened. It's not all about just being guarded. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know what you're protecting. You know what I mean? It's really yourself and your inner thoughts, because if someone were to affect your mind, someone were to bother you to the extent that it traumatizes you, right? That's gonna hurt you in the long run. You feel me? So my goal is to talk about all the different things that I may think about, or that may come to my mind, or there may be something that I care about. You know what I'm saying? And with the shadow beings going on, how niggas is saying on me and my nigga point and shoot. Big chat just made up. Yo, shout out. Listen, I gotta do this official one fucking part. Yo, shout out all these motherfucking creators. Yo, shout out one to Worldwide Spotlight. He already know he my nigga. Worldwide Spotlight is that nigga. And then also my nigga point and shoot. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy they trying to kill my man. They trying to take him out. Trying to take him off the YouTube. Also, Blaze is an asshole back there snoring. My dog is like, yeah, he be wilding out. But yo, big chat, small world. This nigga is the best, bro. That nigga, listen, between him and Deleted, bro, YouTube is back, bro. YouTube is back. And the crazy thing is they both like to stream their gameplay while they're doing the deep dives that we used to do. I feel like they like the next generation. I feel like they're like my little brother's generation from the late 90s. You know what I'm saying? These niggas got gumption, bro. The 28, 30-year-olds right now, like, they doing their thing. Listen to me. Big Chat Small World is funny, so I'm this point sure. I'm at he hasn't been dropping anything because of what he going through, because of motherfucking bitch Flacco. How the fuck your name Flacco? Like, that means skinny in Spanish, my man. Flacco? Bro, you are the opposite of Flacco, family. Fucking Minyango Jala, nigga. What the fuck you talking about? And then exactly. You feel me? And like I said, bro, Worldwide Spotlight, you know what I'm saying? Big chat, um, point and shoot, and bro, this shit, listen, I've been telling niggas for a while that even when you might go through whatever shit where you get this and that, or you get a strike or whatever, what happens is they use the rules to keep certain creators down. And even when you're not breaking the rule, when other people are doing the same thing you're doing, they'll pick and choose who they put the pressure on, and that's what's happening right now. Because they, listen, the amount of strikes this nigga Flacco must have got, and the fact that he's still, you feel me, taking nigga shit and nobody's doing nothing about it, it's not because niggas ain't put a whole lawsuit on it. Let me explain to you why. It's their topics. It's what they doing and how they doing it. A lot of these dudes is putting black men down. I'm gonna just say, you feel me? And to be honest, it's people like Worldwide Spotlight, Point and Shoot, Big Chat, and motherfucking countless others that's holding people accountable. Shout out House of Hypocrites, the company man. Oh, fuck. All these black YouTubers, yo. Everything signified, I fucking hate this nigga, but he's a really smart, intelligent guy. So many black creators that are doing a great job. You know what I'm saying? And they're like trying to highlight the best parts of our experience or what to cast down, right? And a lot of these other motherfuckers is like parasites, bro. And the thing is, they feed off the negativity of the culture, right? Now, they don't cast it down the way they should. They idolize different people, different types of, you know, ways of being a degenerate. And that's what I'm never gonna fucking appreciate. Like, this nigga talking about that he made some reflection. Listen, I respect, especially Big Chat. The way he does shit is almost a documentary. I swear to God, every time he drops it, it's like a movie. You know what I'm saying? But it was this part where he was like, really, he was kind of shooting bail. He's saying he wasn't shooting bail. But the way he stuck up for that nigga, it's not like, of course, if you're taking accountability, I get that, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you feel like you're trying to work on yourself. But look, what made Academics a piece of shit in the beginning was how he would talk about people after they would die in the war and shit, right? After people would get killed, after they did songs and tracks and shit, he would make fun of them. I'm not gonna lie, there's a couple that I watched that I was kind of like, damn, this shit's fucked up, and laughing. But when I tell you this man came up on the back porch, came up on the back of this fucking culture being a sickness. And we're trying to repair it. You know what I'm saying? This man, it's like he's trying to fucking stand on the broken shards and make it crack more. It's like him, Academics is like the same fucking guy, right? So what happens is, Ac is dealing with the top tier pieces of shit, and this guy is dealing with the lower tier. Flacco is actually a parasite on the industry, and people don't understand that. But the thing is that he's able to make deals clearly behind the you know what I'm saying? So certain creators won't even strike him because they're actually getting more popular when he talks to them, right? Like we talk, like I said, bro, I don't know why Jamari didn't come into the culture. He was almost there. He was like on the outskirts, kind of dealing with some of the pop star bullshit and like how people were acting hard, people was acting this, but like now it's like he's somewhere with Charlie. Them niggas, they not even worried about us. They analyzing millionaires, billionaires and shit, and all kinds of shit. But it's just sad how that guy will profit off of making fun of people in media, use their media, now get strike down, and now he got point and shoot in the can. Nah, bro, first of all, you gotta free Broski. Shout out Big Chat. You gotta free my nigga Mike, first off. You gotta take this is the list of demands for Flacco, bro. He needs to take down all the thumbnails that look like Jamari's motherfucking post. And yes, shout out Jamari. Yes, that's a person of color from the culture that we shout now. His brothers in the culture. My nigga Jamari. He needs to take down all the thumbnails that look like Jamari shit, black background, red lettering, it's the air or whatever. That's my nigga style. We make fun of him for it, but Jamari's the man. The problem why is because everybody did it after him. That's why we hate that style now. Okay, everybody hates that style because Flacco bit it from Jamari. That's the story. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows what we're talking about. But Chat knows it. Mike knows that shit. Shout out my nigga Point Shoot. But come on, bro. We don't know this shit. Sharp needs to come to this side, first off. Sharp was supposed to be on some filmmaker shit. That nigga, first of all, let's not go there, bro. They had this thing yelling at bitches because they need to be yelled at, and then everybody turned on him, but let's not go there. Intellectually, the brother knew what the fuck he was supposed to do. He went down the wrong road. He was not supposed to be on that fucking show. In any of them shows. We're not even going there. But it's people don't want to choose the light. You feel me? You gotta be a good person, bro. Shout out Point and Shoot, bro. I'm out of here, bro.